That's another thing. Uh,
All right, everybody. Hello, 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 and welcome to the Lavalais and Ella Live show. This afternoon, it's just going to be your host, Lavalais. I'm without my hostess, Ella. Ella is on the East Coast. She went to Florida for the weekend and can't get back into Philly. So I think there's a big storm that's on the East Coast right now, so there's a problem with all the travel plans that everybody had. Okay, so let me first look and see who's in the house with me this afternoon. I hope everybody's in the house with me. I see Fern's in the house and Robin from Midland. All right, and Alicia, the Hall family is with me. Okay, and hello, Maddie, Miss Maddie from Missouri City, Texas. And Cynthia, my great friend from up in Detroit. always treats me real nice when I go to Detroit and bring me goodies out to the festival so that I have something to snack on that's different from the things. So thank you very much, Cynthia, for all that you've done for me over the years. And all right, Fern. I can't even say that word, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. But I'm glad that you're drinking it. You know, I would have to sure enough share it with you. That's for sure. All right. And Alicia said they're bracing for the nor'easter right now. So they're in Toms River, New Jersey. So, but I'm glad you guys are able to tune in with me. I'm without my, like I said, I'm without my hostess. So I'm going to dip into some other things, but I do have some new things that I'm going to show later on. First, if you're new, please come on, give us a shout out. Say, okay, there you go. New Orleans came in the house. Glad to see you in the house, New Orleans. Loving that. Okay, somebody else, please let me know you're here. Tonight, we're getting ready for our Black History Month BAM show, which is in 2 weeks. I think that's 2 weeks down the road. That's Black History Month that we're going to be celebrating. And I know we're going to have artists like Marvin Sin and Sahar and Brenda and Sister Fire. I know a whole lineup of people that are going to be back on. So I hope you're looking forward to our Black History Month show. This particular, it's going to be in February, and that's February the 11th through the 12th. All right. All right. Yeah. So, BAM family. So look, so we're sort of grassroots, as they say. When you look up on the board and you see all the same people all the time, you get to wonder, like, what's going on? We pay a lot of money for advertising. We advertise the show and try to get the word out that the show exists, but our audience doesn't grow any bigger. So we know that there are things that we can't control. So we're not going to try and control them. What we're going to try and do is just take our grassroots organization and make it grow. Because in grassroots, you can spread. So that's what I'm asking you to do, is to help us grow so that, we have an audience that's comfortable to the artists that we bring on the show to introduce to everybody. We try and bring the best artists in the country on to the show, and you've seen the show over the years, so you know that we will really try hard to bring you some of the best artists in the country that have been doing their thing for a very long time and never got the credit for doing what it is that they do, because you that live in like Midland, Texas, don't get a chance to see that, or Missouri City, Texas, it's, so if you know someone that's, that like what you like, and always admiring what it is that you have, then please try and turn them on to the show so that we can make our show grow a little bit more this particular year. So we can have that as a little bit of an objective in terms of trying to make our particular show grow. All right. So now next, I want to give a shout out to my girl Callie, who was here last week. And that was a very, very impressive presentation for a 5-year-old. So I hope you reached out to her and were able to at least donate. You didn't have to buy the cookies. You could really just, donate $5 or $10 to the whole cause, and it's all good. It goes towards what she's able to, gather for the Girl Scouts. They'll give it to somebody to give it away to. If so, I think we're gonna run her little video one more time, since we have an evening in the cold, and you got your glass of wine, and I really wish I had my hot toddy, what my mom used to tell me what she was gonna do. Yeah, okay. So, all right, your cookies came in the mail today. All right. So Dantira got cookies in the mail. Here they are. Here we go with Callie's cookies.
The Ventrifuls are a new flavor. Many brownies, caramel, and a touch of sea salt. Thin Mints. Our most popular cookie. Crispy, chocolatey, minty. It's also vegan. Girl Scout S'mores, my favorite. Graham cracker, chocolate, and marshmallow. These cookies are excellent and yummy too. Samoa's, my mom's favorite. If you like coconut, this cookie is for you. Tagalongs. It's a funny name. Crispy peanut butter cookies covered with chocolate. Do-si-dos. These cookies make me do the funny dance. These are oatmeal cookies with peanut butter. Trefoils. Buttery shortbread cookies. Yummy. Lemon Ups are lemon cookies. That's like lemon, these cookies brighten up your day. Each cookie comes baked. What an inspiring message. Toffee Tactics. Buttery cookie with toffee. And it's gluten-free. A special thank you for Mr. Lavalais, Miss Ella, Zeke, and the entire band family. Order your favorite cookie today. Thank you for shopping with Callie. Take care.
All right. So now that was Callie from New Jersey, from Tom River, New Jersey. And she put on quite a show. So I hope you guys will reach out and support her. She is quite a young entrepreneur, and we expect to have her back onto our show. We don't know how we're going to make that work, but we're going to make something work with Miss Callie, since she's such an outgoing and informative young 5-year-old. Okay? All right. So the next thing I want to talk to you about, since it's just me tonight, then I'm going to talk about, for a second, I'm going to talk about tips or things that you should know when you're buying jewelry and when you're buying silver, particularly. Because all silver sort of looks alike from the outside, but it's not always silver. So I've been out on the circuit with a whole bunch of artists and jewelers, and some will use nickel, silver, or silver plated to say it's real silver, or things of that nature. So it's never you really need to know, just have a real good idea of what metal it is that you're buying or that you're purchasing. So I have this little small demonstration right here that I'm going to show first, which is, let me put this down. And in my hand, I have two little, let me see, let me bring it over here to the camera. Yeah, I have two little jump rings, and they are very much ideal, the same jump ring. They look exactly the same. Now, when I touch this with the magnetic, it held. When I touched the one that doesn't have any metal in it, it fell. So there's a difference in terms of a coating of silver and silver itself. So sometimes a lot of jewelry is plated with sterling silver, such as a component of sterling silver, such as these ayahs that I would buy from my friend, that's a Chinese guy that sells these, and they're plated. But they're brass, and they're plated with silver. So if you polish them, or when you start to polishing them quite a bit, eventually you're going to get down to the undercore, and the undercore is going to be brass. So then the brass comes up through the silver. So then you're not very, very, very happy with that. And some other metals that look like silver might be pewter. It might look like real silver, silverware, antique, but it could really just be pewter, and pewter is just a pot metal that they make up that you pour. So you really need to try and be careful when you purchasing silver. And I'm just saying that all because that's one of my tips to you, and the fact that I'm right now doing a lot of pouring a lot of silver because I'm melting my own silver, and I have to make sure that it's at least sterling, or real silver to mix with the sterling to make it a decent pour, and sometimes you have to add new silver to the old silver in order to make it a little bit better. But I'm doing a lot of casting right now, and so the castings, you have to pour the metal, and so that's the reason why I wanted to make sure that the difference in terms of the quality of the work that you get. And I'm also changing over a lot of my things to actually sterling. I've been working with a lot of metals for a long time because I've had a workforce over the years to be able to help me make the things that I do. So it's always been about production. And now it's not so much about production. My age is I'm getting older. My hands are getting, they're hurting because I have arthritis now, so I have to change and switch over to sterling and make sure that I use sterling silver and not do a lot of things with a bunch of metal that's not really sterling or gold per se, or platinum or, another high-end metal, But as for, so let that let that be a tip from me today. I hope anybody and hello, Doris Ritter. Where are you from, Doris? And I see a Setua is in here in the house today. Great to have you in. I know she has some of my silver pieces and have enjoyed. Can see that they are well constructed. You know, they have quite a bit of weight on them. What exactly is casting? Okay, well, you've seen it on TV, you've watched it in movies, and it's a method by which to recreate something. And usually you recreate that thing in metal. You take a mold and you make a mold of something, and then one of these days we will be going through the process in my other, what we hope to do with the show is to make the show a little bit more like that. But I'm going to show you casting probably from beginning to end, where I make a wax and then I pour an investment into that wax, remove the bubbles out of that, put it in an oven, let the oven burn the wax out so that you have a hollow space. And then in that hollow space, you melt the metal, and then you pour the metal into that hollow space. And then you have your item in that metal. Then you just have to shine it up, cut it off the stem, and doing all of that, so it becomes, it's a process, and it takes a while to go from, where you're thinking about something to where that thing becomes a reality, but it's a real good process for pouring metals, and not a lot of jewelers do that, they ship it out to somebody to have them do that for them. So, all right. All right. So let's see where we are now. We're great. I guess it's about time for me to show some jewelry, or should we talk about who's coming up for Black History Month? All right. So I guess I'm going to, since we don't have anything really ready for the show for who's going to be on the show, but please get ready for Black History Month. Bam, we're going to have, I know for sure, we got Marvin Sin, we got the Cartwright back with the glass works. We have Sahar and Brenda, Sister Fire, a host of people that have been on the show before. So let's look at some jewelry, okay? You're right, Tasha. All right, I've talked enough. All right, so tonight, for my first piece, it's the Jiname. And this is Accept God. These are bamboo and sterling silver, and they are $65. Jiname is Accept God. God is Almighty. And again, this is sterling silver. And it's BAM number 1, and it is $65. Right. BAM number 2 is the Aban. This is all about security. It's the fence. It's about protection. It's also sterling silver. It's also $65. BAM number 3. This is also from my whole series of Indinkra symbols. This is the Anase Yui Duru. No, it's not. I'm sorry. This is a nase in tone. So this one is the one about creativity. Okay. And it is bamboo and sterling silver. And it's band number 3. It's also, all right. Any of these that you may want, all you have to do is say sold and the number of that particular item, and it's yours. We will make arrangements for you to have it. Okay. So in case you didn't know how it works, all you have to do is just put in the comments the number of the item that you may want, and leave us your email. All right. So BAM number 4. This is Duafe. This one has the feminine qualities. It's all about the woman. And it's all about about the woman, the mother, how she deals with the with her kids, really. Do I have any earrings with crab claw clasp? Crab claw clasp. I'm not that familiar with the crab claw clasp. I'm going to have to look into that one for you, Maddie. I don't, I know, if you wear, what's the term? If you don't have holes in your ear and you just want to wear the screw back, you can transfer these over to that particular kind of post, so I can get you a sterling silver, I can get you a sterling silver one that will fit with that, so you just have to let me know if that's what you want. So BAM number 4, they're $65. And that's the Duafe. So please go on my site, www.bamboozle Jewelry. Some of these will be posted pretty soon. They're not all on right now, but there are some of the other things, as I'm most known for, is the ear spear. These, I'm going to hold this particular one up for you and let you see how. See, it's not very long. Well, let me stop it. There we go. Okay. So it's not very long. All right. But again, this is number 6. Sisei Yi Duru, Mother Earth. BAM number 5. BAM number 7. Number 6, I'm sorry. I skipped a number. This is the Inyame Dua, Nayame Dua, the tree of God, or the altar of God, the BAM number 6. And again, this is all sterling silver. And it's probably almost 3 millimeters in terms of thickness. You can see it's a nice thickness in terms of the metal. So the metal will be around forever. And it's an investment to have it in silver. All right? You can't go wrong with sterling silver. All right, this is BAM number 6. BAM number 7. This is the in Chen Chen, and this is the one about twisting and turning the ins and outs of your life. What you do, what you've done today, last week, tomorrow, it's what you've gone through. The in Chen Chen. This is BAM number 7, and how you adapt to those things, which is adaptability. It's BAM number 7. So, and all of these have been Indigra symbols. BAM number 8. This is the BC Saka. This is the kola nut. This is all about affluence and power. BAM number 8. Again, bamboo. And if you'd like for me to change the bamboo, I could, but preferably I try to give you something that's kind of neutral that will go with most anything in terms of when you wear it. BAM number 9. This is the Ankh, which is eternal life, the symbol of eternal life. I once had one of my customers who came to the show, to a show in Florida, and and bought the Ankhs. They were made in wood and bamboo, and she bought the Ankhs, and then she came back about an hour later, or maybe even less, and wanted to exchange them. And I was wondering why she wanted to exchange them. So I asked her why did she wanted to exchange them, and she told me that her friend had told her that it was an assault on God to do that. That wasn't was an unholy symbol for her. She didn't need to have that. And I was like, oh, really? I said, oh, okay. If you see it that particular way, I can't, I would tell you what the symbol means and how you even get to the cross, because it predates your Christian cross that you have. It's a symbol of life, and that's all it means. It doesn't mean any more than that. You can have more meaning than that with it. But let's go on. Item number 10. BAM number 10. This is an altar of God cuff. It has 3 of the symbols of the tree of God. BAM number 10. It's a cuff. It sells for $150. Sterling silver. BAM number 11. This is my bangle, Adinkra bangle. It has Adinkra symbols. It's $350. It's all sterling. It's a nice weight. And BAM number 12. BAM number 12. We don't have it? Oh, okay. Well, we missed one, and that was the charm bracelet. That was me that put the selection on tonight, so I can't blame Zeke for that. But the other one that's missing on that particular series of Adinkra symbols was the there it is, the BAM charm bracelet. So there's BAM number 12, and it is $250, and has 5 charms on it. And it can be either length, a 7, 6.5, a 9, whatever you want. The 9 is really a big wrist. Okay. All right, I think that's it for me. Do I have any more items here, Zeke? I think that's it for what I was showing tonight. So I need a little help from the audience out there. Any comments? Anybody new join the show? You got something to say? You didn't like my presentation? Come on, help me out. Let's spend a little time. Like I said, we're all family, so let's chat for a second. I've shown you the pieces that I have for this afternoon, and I can take criticism. I'm all right with it. So if you didn't like something, let me know. And because I can always try and do better if I didn't please you this time. All right. So I'm just trying to thank you, Robin. Robin said it was a good presentation. And Ether, you just arrived, and sorry you were late, but I'm all here by myself. You're gonna have to go back and watch a little bit of the show, and it is up. That's one of the good things. And Fern took care of me and sent me the. All right, now I'm not going to take a look right now because then I have to go grab my phone. But thank you, Miss Wilhelmina Gibbs, for your comment about the charm bracelet. When I see your grandmother's name up there, I'm always confused about, who I'm looking at. So, Dontura, thank you very much. The charm bracelet is beautiful. I appreciate that. Yes, I'm working on your other symbols. Situa. I think I got it right this particular time. Yes. Oh, and Alma, how are you? We will show you number 1 again. But I am working on your symbols. The symbols take me a minute because I have to pull them out of the book and transfer them to my computer, and then work on them out to my computer, and then transfer them to another thing where I can do a 3D print of them, and then then go and cast that particular piece. So it takes a minute to get it all together to make sure everything is really right. I like doing that. Okay, so yeah, i.e. Satu. That's it. Thank you. Okay. Should we look at number 1 again? There we go. That's BAM number 1. That was the Janame sterling silver earrings. Can you have? Of course you can. The Janame. Can you have the Janame dark bamboo on another charm? Yeah, you just have to tell me which charm you want. I also have the Pimpanzee and the, I think there's another one that I have. I'm sure I have our symbol of for the Black Artist Marketplace, which is the the crocodiles with the two crocodiles with share the same stomach. So, Alma, it's really nice to see you. Are you still out in California in the good weather? I imagine it's nice during the day out there, and I'm sorry that there's no Pan-African Film Festival this year. And they decided all of a sudden to raise the price to some ridiculous price for Pan-African Film Festival for the artists to come to it. So I think a lot of people looked at that and said that they weren't coming. So I think they had a pretty poor showing of artists who was going to come out to California this particular year. I know I wasn't going. I don't think Ella was going. It was just going to be too costly to do that particular show this year. Okay. Yeah, no problem with that particular request. Oh. Well, then you must be the talk of the town if you're in Arkansas. And I hope you're at least like Little Rock, or maybe maybe you're not in Little Rock. But let me know, where are you in Arkansas? I sometimes drive through Little Rock on I-40, is that, I believe. Okay. And that's cold as it is here right now, I guess. If you're in Arkansas, I guess you retired to Arkansas. It's a pretty good slowdown from living in LA. I know it's a slowdown for me to have come from New York City to living in Alexandria, Louisiana. So I've had to really adjust to what I perceive to be acceptable things that I do and don't do, and that's really a problem for me. All right, because I like doing things. As a kid, I was always doing things, and I was forever doing things. So out in the world, I was forever doing things. The world didn't scare me. So I enjoyed that. All right. Menifee, that's okay. Not very far from Little Rock. Yeah, if I was in NYC, I could be preparing for the snowstorm, but it's going to come and go. It doesn't stop anything. That's the good thing about it. It might slow it down for a minute, but it doesn't really stop anything. And as a matter of fact, when you're inside, you get a chance to, do a little bit more inner thinking about what it is that you're doing. I know when I was in New York City, it was always something new coming on, or I'm adjusting to. And that's been what I've been doing most of the years that I've been involved. But I don't see very much of things by living here in a small town. Your vision kind of gets a little smaller, the way I see it. I might be wrong. I just may be wrong, but it's the way I see things. Okay. So, all right, if you guys don't help me out with some conversation, then, I'm going to have to go, because I ain't got too much to talk about other than to remind you about how to please share our site, which is on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. That's Black Artist Marketplace /blackartistmarketplace.com. So please share with us, with everyone, or go to our website, which is Black Artist Marketplace shop for some of our merchandise. It's available, t-shirts, coffee mugs, and a host of things. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad you agree with me that it just slows you down, you know. I said to God damn. But yeah, if you get used to, if you explore the world, you kind of want to keep exploring, you know, kind of not ready to really slow down, and, you know. But you know, for me, it's getting to be an age thing. I'm a lot older, and my hands hurt. You know, I can't travel as much. I got a lot of medicine that I take, so it's all relative, you know, as to what you do, what you don't do. All right. I will show the cowrie shell bracelet with the sterling silver on the next show. We do have a pre-show next week. I'm hoping that Ella will be back for our show next week. I will try and bring you a guest on for that particular show, because we will be moving into Black History Month, and I have a couple of people lined up to talk to us or share with us a little bit about who they are and what's going on. Okay? So, unless you guys got something to... All right. Ooh, I didn't see you there, Gaynell. And she's my friend who I met in Texas for the first time at a show. Gaynell lives very close to me now. She's probably 40 minutes, because it's all by back roads. You can't travel over 55 miles an hour on the back road. So, you know, if you live 40 miles away or 50 miles away, you know, and the tractors and the guys with the trucks are going down the highway at 55 miles an hour, then you can't go anywhere in the first place, you know. And my friend Gaynell, she lives in a little city called Lettisworth, which I agree is a little bit slower than the place that I am in. All right. So, thank you guys for staying with me throughout the time. I've spent 45 minutes. I was hoping I had an hour show. I guess I should have brought out more items. So the next time that I know that I'm alone, I will know to show a little bit more. But I kept showing the new things that I had been working on. Last week, I brought you all the necklaces that I was working on. And this week, it was all earrings. So next week, I have a couple of items like the pendant that I'm wearing that I'll be bringing out. I have a new Congo, not a Congo drum. I keep thinking Congo, and it's not a Congo drum at all. It's a djembe. It's a djembe drum that I'm going to be bringing on to the show next week. I hope to have finished. And I also have a new ear spear that I hope to have finished next week. It's on the shape of a lightning bolt, and it's going to have to be a screw in because it's also all sterling silver. And for me right now, it's hollow, but it's still just a little bit heavy. So I'm trying to figure out how to make it so that it screws together so that it won't come apart in your ear. So for some of my fans that are still ear spears fans, I'm working on on the one, basically one of the ones that I made a long time ago, which is one of the first ones I made, but I always made it too big and it was way too heavy for everyone. So I'm trying to make one that's a size that everybody can wear. And so I had that vision a long time ago. So now with the method of me being able to make a 3D print or print something out in the wax that I need it to be in, makes it a little bit easier for me to come up with some of the to finish some of the designs that I have been working on. Glad to see you in the house, William. I was wondering about you. I didn't see your name up there for a while, so glad to see you. Yeah, you can have it another. You can order. If you want a symbol that's an Indinkra symbol that's in the Indinkra book, I have the Indinkra symbol book. Some Indinkra symbols, they float in midair and they will have to be put on a backing. And in other words, they will have to either be put on some kind of a rectangle or they will have to be put on a circle in order for them, like the Indinkra Rama. It's 3 circles in a row. You know, and it stands for, it's the very first God Almighty. I mean, the most important Adinkra symbol. But it floats, so you can't wear something that's floating in space. I mean, you know, technically. So what I do is to put it on a backing, which is what I will do is to make it a circle and it'll be on sterling silver so that it's held together by something. There are other symbols that have that same quality, but any of the symbols I can recreate. It just may take me a moment to create them for you, but I will create them for you and you can have them either as a pendant or a charm. You know, so you have an inception for that for the Indinkra symbols. Okay, I will work them on that for you. Okay, and you didn't get a Janame on your bracelet, William. I am very sorry about that because I know you like the Janame. I thought you said to put one on your bracelet. But I'm sure we can do that for you. That's not going to be a problem. All right. So anybody else? What else? Tell me about what's going on. Oh, I know what I needed to say to y'all. Like they say down here in the South, y'all. I know what I need to say to y'all. Is that, you know, if you have something that you want us to share on Black Artist Marketplace, please just send it to us on Facebook and we will put it out there for you or message it to us somehow or another. You know, we will definitely post it to our following so that, you know, you get a little bit more you get a little bit more exposure, you know, for what it is that you're doing, you know, and it doesn't matter, you know, anything that's acceptable. I mean, you know, I think everybody knows what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. You know, sometimes the people don't. The crazy people don't really. But if you have something that you want us to share, please just let me know and we'll share it on Black Artist Marketplace on that site for you, you know, so that you get a little bit more exposure. All right. So, and yeah, that's Brother Floyd. He will be, I think he's coming back on for Black History Month also. So he's going to be back on the show for Black History Month. So we have a great lineup coming, getting ready for a Black History Month show in February. You know, and like I say, what's so great about it is that we still have to, you know, it pushes the people, and the people get better in terms of their presentation and what they're showing and what they're selling to you and how they're doing it. And that's been a great part of what it is that this show has been about from the very beginning. In the very beginning, I told you, if you've ever watched my show from the time when it was just me, I was always behind the camera, never in front of the camera. I never wanted to be in front of anybody's camera. So when I got in front of the camera, it was starstruck time and hard for me to, you know, to communicate and so forth. So, you know, I didn't have that. I never did that, didn't like that. So, but now I've really gotten comfortable with it, and I'm not afraid of it, and it doesn't bother me anymore. So I look forward to sharing a little bit more with you about what it is that I do and don't do. All right. So with that, I think we're about to close unless anyone else has anything else that they want to holler at me about before we go. All right, come on, give me something. Don't forget to share and help me. If you got any ideas about how I can make the show grow, you know, how we can grow the show. You know, I've done the advertising part. All right. So, okay. All right. All right, everyone. Good night, and thank you for joining in. I hope to see you next week I hope Ella will be back with us live on the Lavalais and Ella Live show. Thank you and good night.